Hi everyone, welcome to DIY Mommy's Minute. Today I'm going to show you how to make a quick and easy Christmas gravestone cone. You will need a vase to start. This one was purchased at Michael's. It's called a cemetery vase. It already has the foam inside, which is a plus. This particular one was $9.99 Canadian, and you can purchase them a little bit cheaper, but they don't have the foam in the middle. So if you do have some foam at home, you can go ahead and get the vase without it, and it will save you a little bit of money. So this vase, I will be adding a solar light. You can add any solar light you like. They have some at Dollarama. This one I think I got at Canadian Tire or Walmart. I'm not quite sure, but it was under $5, and I think it adds a nice little touch. So I'm going to start by adding the solar light first, and I'm just going to insert it into the foam into the very middle, and then I'm going to secure it with my hot glue gun all the way around. And again, I'm putting the solar light right in the middle. It's kind of going to be that middle centerpiece to this vase. And we're going to add the floral all the way around it. So the first floral pick that I decided to use for this Christmas cone were these gorgeous poinsettias. They came with 3 flower heads and they were $3.50 for the pick, and that was at Dollarama. And I love how the poinsettias are on different levels. So you have one higher, one in the middle, and then one at the bottom. It adds a really nice touch and kind of wraps around that solar light. So all you need to do is just kind of measure by holding the pick up where you want to trim the bottom off with your wire cutters. And then you're just going to insert it into the foam and again apply hot glue around the base to keep that in place. And you want to try and pick floral that is wired. That way you can move it around wherever the spots are bare in your vase or your cone. So the next set of florals that I'll be using are these gorgeous white roses. I got them at Dollarama and they're $3.50 each, and they come with a fully bloom rose and then a rose bud. And again, just continuing with how the poinsettias are resting, I'm going to make one rose at a higher height and then one medium and then one lower height in between the poinsettias, and again securing with your hot glue gun. Once you have your floral in place, you can then go ahead and start adding your greenery. These picks were purchased at Dollarama. They're super cute and they're only $1.75, super budget friendly. So I'm going to add 3 of these. I will remove the pine cones, but I'll add a few pine cones later because I always love adding a little nature into it, and it also goes with that Christmas theme. So I'm just taking each green pick and I'm putting it in between the flowers. So I'm adding 3, so in between each one of the poinsettias, and you can weave it in and out, that greenery, each stem in and out to kind of go around your roses and really fill in the cone. And again, you want to add one higher, one middle height, and then one lower height. Once you have your greenery in place and you're happy with the look of it, you can then go ahead and start adding some accessories such as the pine cones. I'm going to add these berries as well. I'm also going to leave the greenery on the berries because it adds a little variety to the green, and it will also help with filling it in. So I'm going to add 2 berries. This pick was also purchased at Dollarama. I think it had some poinsettias to it as well, which I used for a different craft, and I was just left with the berries, so we'll add it in with this cone. And again, I'm just securing the berries using some hot glue gun. If the pick doesn't reach the foam and you're unable to secure it in, I just hot glue the pick onto another stem that's secured into the foam, and I've never had it come apart, and it always works out well. So just a little tip. So once the berries are secure, I then go ahead and take some of the pine cones and just distribute it throughout the cone. They already had little twist ties attached to them, so I just attached it to a stem, or you could secure with some hot glue as well. Whatever looks good to you. I applied 2 of the pine cones and I placed them just below the berries on either side. So once you're happy with your cone and everything is in place, you then want to go ahead and fill in those dead spots. A lot of it you're going to see in the back, so we don't want to see those stems, and you don't want to see the foam as well. So to finish off this vase and fill it all in, I'm going to use this garland that I purchased at Dollarama. You can also get it at Michael's. You just want to make sure that the garland is wired. So you're going to cut off pieces of the garland, and then you're going to stick the wire part into the foam, and then you're going to secure it with hot glue, and you can fan the branches out, and that's going to hide all the floral stems. So you can do this all in the back, and then you can take pieces and hot glue them onto the top of the foam, and that will cover the foam in the front and on the sides. The last step in creating your floral arrangements is adding a bow. So I picked out this popular design with the red truck. Everybody loves it. And I'm going to create a pom-pom bow. So if you don't know how to make this bow and you don't have a bow maker, go check out my step-by-step tutorial on how to make Christmas bows. I'll post the link below in the description box. So all I use is a 2.5 wire ribbon, and you're going to need something to keep the bow together. I use twist ties. I got a pack of 2 at Dollarama for $1.75, super cheap. So you're going to start with your first tail. You're going to create a little loop. This is going to be the middle loop of the bow. Then you're going to twist that loop around, pinch it in the middle. Then you're going to create a bigger loop on one side, hold it in the middle, create another loop on the other side, hold it in the middle, and you're going to continue this process. I usually put 3 or 4 loops on either side. Then you're going to take your twist tie, go through that smaller loop, and twist around to secure the bow in place. You'll fluff all your loops up, fancy up your tails by creating that little V shape. And then you can go ahead and with that twist tie on the back, you can secure it onto the greenery of the vase. And you can always secure too with your hot glue gun if you need a little bit more support. Once your bow is in place and you're happy with the look, you have a gorgeous bouquet for a cemetery vase. Just don't forget the bottom piece. I always like to secure it with some hot glue. This is the piece that goes into the bottom and you're going to push into the ground. So it's going to stand this vase up and keep it upright. And then your flower arrangement is complete. You have the perfect cemetery vase or bouquet for that special person, and you made it yourself for a fraction of the cost. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Here's a few others that I made this year. I hope it inspires you. If you have any questions, please leave a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more DIY fun. Happy holidays, everyone!